1001. Let's see what you say. Do you like gangster and superhero movies, and which are your favorites of each? Yes, I do like both of those. My favorite superhero movie would be The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. And my favorite gangster movie is actually Goodfellas. I love that movie. I know some people probably thought I was going to say the Godfather series. I really like Goodfellas. That would be my favorite gangster movie. The 3 Days Grace 33. Man, these are some tough questions. Does your shoe stink? He hasn't taken a bath in a while, so he probably is pretty stinky. I'll probably throw him in the shower tomorrow. Do little fishies get thirsty? Definitely. I mean, especially if they're sunbathing, they need to get, everyone needs some H2O. How long is a piece of string? A piece of string is pretty short, actually. Why do superheroes wear their underwear on the outside of their clothes? I have no idea. Maybe you can answer that one for me. Do you like pie? Depends on what kind of pie we're talking about. I'm just going to leave it at that. Rob's Game Room 1982. Rob is back with some questions. Hi Dan, it's Rob. I know I asked you questions about movies on my movie channel, but I want to ask you about games on this channel. Well, you can't. Alright, it's fine. What are your honest thoughts about the Wii U? It's stupid. I hate the new Wii 2 look. I hate the fact that you have to hold this controller that's like this. I've really lost faith in Nintendo after the Nintendo Wii. I will not be getting the Wii 2, so my thoughts are it's dumb. Who is your favorite Mega Man robot villain? I'm going to say Quick Man from Mega Man 2, and the reason is, and I know you probably already know this, but I loved it when he does his pose, and he has a boomerang on his head, and it does like a shink, like a bright light goes shink over his boomerang, shink, shink. And it always reminded me of the Flash. I don't know, that's probably why, but Quick Man is my favorite. What is your take on 3D gaming? I hate 3D. They're shoving 3D down our throats. It's dumb. My thoughts on 3D gaming is it's stupid. Do you prefer motion gaming or controller gaming? Definitely controller gaming. I was kind of behind motion gaming when it first came out, but now I'm just sick of it. Give me a standard controller any day. Out of every console ever created, what is your all-time favorite? The Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES, is definitely my all-time favorite Nintendo system. It had so many classic games, and I downloaded several to the Virtual Console because I love those games, and they're replayable. I mean, who cares about graphics? Graphics don't make a game. Gameplay makes a game, and you've said that before, but replay value is huge for me for a game. I've had, I don't know how many games that after I beat it, I just get rid of it. Well, you know what? In the NES days, I'd play a game over and over and over again, and I'd solve it over and over and over again, and I would love it. So, NES. Jesse VIV. Hey bro, did you watch that documentary about the Rocky movies on Bio this week? It was really good. Check it out. Yep, I did see it, Jesse. It was freaking awesome. It was the Rocky saga going the distance, and it was fantastic. I loved how they covered Rocky 2 through 5 also, because you never hear about those movies. They always talk about Rocky 1 and Rocky Balboa. That was fantastic, and if anyone has not seen that, check it out. I'm sure they're replaying it on Biography, on the Bio channel. Rocky Saga Going the Distance, it was fantastic. I loved it. One of the best documentaries of Rocky that I've seen. Booty Clap 123, you have another question. Have you ever played any of the Rocky Balboa video games? Yes, I have. I actually owned Rocky, and I owned Rocky Legends. I don't have them anymore, but I had both games, and I unlocked everything on both games. It took me a while on Rocky Legends, because you have to earn money, but I did unlock everything on those games. I never did play the PSP Rocky game, which had Mason Dixon in it. But I did play the other ones. Yanks Rule 99 asks, what are your favorite figures from each Jakks Pacific series? Well, I'm going to look actually while I answer this question because I have them all around me. From Series 1, I would probably say my favorite figure is the Rocky 1 pre-fight figure, and though the head sculpt isn't that great, I do like the fact that they got Rocky's robe oversized just like in the movie. So that's probably my favorite figure from Series 1. Series 2, probably my favorite figure is the Rocky training figure when he has the Rocky Win shirt. I thought that one was the most accurate of all those figures. Series 3, I'm going to go ahead and say definitely the main Rocky pre-fight figure. That's, the image that everyone remembers as Rocky in the American flag trunks. That was a very well done figure. Series 4, I'm going to go ahead and say training Rocky with the flock beard. They did a pretty good job with that figure. I'd say flock beard Rocky from Rocky Series 4. Series 5/6, it's together, so I guess I would have to say the Rocky Balboa pre-fight figure. I thought that figure was one of the most accurate figures in the whole line. I love that figure. Then you have the Best of Series. Best of Series 1, I would definitely go with Apollo Creed from Rocky 4. That was a fantastic figure. And Best of Series 2, I'm going to go ahead and say Tommy Gunn in his street clothes. Those would be all my favorite figures. Okay, this one's from Movie Fanatic 1986. Hi, Vanessa. You have several questions here. Will I always do a Stallone update whenever I get new stuff for the Rocky Room? Yes, I will. I will continue to get new items, hopefully, and I will always do reviews on them. Which Stallone movie did I watch as a kid growing up, and what was the first one I saw in theaters? Well, I'm pretty sure Rocky 3 was the first Sylvester Stallone movie I ever saw at home on the Betamax back in 1983, 83 or 84. And definitely Rocky 4 in 1985 was the first Stallone movie I saw in theaters. Someone had already asked this question, what are your favorite horror, action, and comedy movies? I answered those already, but you also asked what is my favorite fantasy movie. I'd probably go with the Star Wars movies, specifically The Empire Strikes Back. That's a great movie. My favorite TV show of all time would probably be Lost. I loved that show. It was 6 seasons long. That's my all-time favorite TV show. My favorite TV show of the 90s. You'll be surprised, my favorite TV show of the 90s was Batman the Animated Series. I loved that show, and I have all of them on DVD. What was the first collectible item of Rocky? Whether a DVD or Stallone movie posters? My first collectible was definitely the Rocky Saga on VHS and the Rocky 1 movie poster. Alright, thanks Vanessa. Okay, last questions are from Anti-G Movies. Hey Bishop, how you doing? You heard there was a Rocky remake in the works with Sage Stallone playing Rocky. How do you feel about this idea, and what are your top 5 Sylvester Stallone films, and what are your top 5 songs, and what are your top 5 TV shows, and last, if you could be in a Rocky movie and all you had to do was fight Sly and win, would you do it? Alright, that's a lot of questions. The Sage Stallone playing Rocky in remake is a terrible idea. I thought Sage Stallone did a bad job in Rocky 5. I don't think it's going to really happen. I don't like that idea if it ever would happen. My top 5 Sylvester Stallone movies, I already answered that. The Rocky Saga, Rambo Saga, Cliffhanger, Copland, Demolition Man. My top 5 songs, that's really hard. I don't know if I have top 5 songs. I will tell you, I've said I like Weird Al Yankovic. I love 80s music, and my groups that I like nowadays, I like 3 Days Grace and Shinedown. Those are probably my 2 favorite groups nowadays. Top 5 TV shows. Okay, I'm going to say Lost was number 1. I also, this is hard, The Simpsons. Oh, Mythbusters. I love Mythbusters. That's in my top 5 for sure. And Fringe. I love Fringe, and I love Community. Those are just probably in my top 5. If I could be in a Rocky movie and all I had to do was fight Sly and win, would I do it? Man, I guess I would try. I wouldn't win, but I would try if I could have a chance to be in the movie, yeah. One of your favorite films of the 80s is The Breakfast Club. What are my thoughts on it? I love The Breakfast Club. It's a great 1980s, it's a great 80s movie. Would I change anything in the Rocky films? In Rocky 5, I would make Rocky tone it down a little bit and replace Sage Stallone with somebody else that was supposed to be the right age. Offhand, that'd probably be it. How do I feel about Sylvester Stallone as a person, you ask, not just an actor? Okay, well, I think when Sly was really big, I think he was kind of looked down on people, but I think when he lost everything and was making direct to DVD movies, I really think it humbled him, and I think he's very appreciative of his fans now, and I think he doesn't take anything for granted. I think he's a good guy. Alright everyone, well thank you very much for all the questions. I hope you enjoyed all the answers.